Hi everyone, my name is Audrey. I'll be sharing with you the EBL module on Blackboard for School of Health Science Nursing. I'd like to acknowledge a couple of people, my fellow SHS nursing colleagues, Joyce Neo as well as Mr. Glenn. They have done some revisions to the layout, added quizzes as well as looked at the final look of this product. So firstly, I'd like to share with you the module and learning objectives. The blended learning was done for this module, which is the Health Assessment and Clinical Decision Making for CET course. It's a core module for all CET students undergoing the Advanced Diploma in Nursing. So these are the general aims of the module, and these are the learning outcomes. There are basically 7 learning outcomes. There are some considerations that I took into consideration when planning for this blended module. Firstly, how the topics were selected, as well as elements of incorporating elements of good e-learning. As you can see, the module is a 45-hour module, and it's basically broken down into 6 body systems, which are the following. So thus, when a blended module was asked to be created for this module, each system took up one component in the blended learning module. How elements of good EL has been incorporated, basically there are 3 things that I considered when doing up this blended exemplary module. Firstly, that there was a variety of choices for the students to pick from, and they're all curated materials from the existing library database, which makes up of e-books, websites, as well as video. Secondly, I considered engagement with the content, where the students could look at interactive anatomy and physiology web links, animated tutorials, as well as interactive heart and lung sounds that they could click on. Glenn also helped me with the quizzes. And lastly, collaboration was something that I considered, where the students could use a discussion forum to exchange ideas, as well as document their findings in the document sharing wiki. There are 2 to 3 e-learning highlights that has been the most engaging and effective. One was the discussion forum, where the student could collaborate together, as well as the document sharing, where they could share how they did the documentation. And lastly, the variety of curated materials that the students could use at their own time. We have yet to collect formal feedback from the students as to how the module was engaging and effective, but verbal feedback from my fellow colleagues were, the students say that the discussion forum was a nice platform where they could share with their classmates and exchange ideas, so they're pretty excited about it. Of course, there are also some not so promising feedback. I think it's a matter of getting used to it, whether the students have to get used to the idea of discussing on the online platform. Some students claim that additional materials on the Blackboard actually helps their learning, although there were some students who verbally felt that the materials were really quite extensive, so they feel quite overwhelmed, but we told them to take and pick this and decide what kind of materials would help their learning, and they need not go through every single material. And lastly, they felt that the sharing of documents were helpful. Some students chose to use the online platform. Some students still preferred a hard copy to be shared in class among their peers. So these are my reflection and my tips to share with other fellow colleagues who will be involved in exemplar blended learning. Firstly, through this journey, I learned 4 things. Number 1, I learned that if I ask, I will be able to receive. So for example, when I give you a demo later through the module, how to do direct tagging of curated materials from the library website. I didn't know how to do it. I just had to ask for someone to show it to me, and I could do it just after one demonstration. For the quizzes, Glenn actually helped me with the quizzes. So the key thing I learned here is that it's not going to work if I will be struggling alone. So just ask and I'll receive. The second thing I learned was that I learned to explore, and I found. So there are really awesome materials to curate, and therefore there's no need to start from scratch when there's good stuff out there. Number 3, I learned that IT savviness have nothing to do with EBL modules. It is plainly sheer hard work, perseverance and determination, and really wanting to take time to facilitate learning. And lastly, it was encouraging to have like-minded people along together with me, the EBL team, which is headed by Melvin, because together I know that there's like-minded people who are not afraid to explore, ask and work hard, and we could share our joys and challenges together, and we could provide each other suggestions. Now I'd like to show you a couple of screenshots of the module on Blackboard. So this is a sample of a health assessment module, and I'd like to breeze you through a couple of curated material. Firstly, under the lecture column over there, where the student could actually look at videos curated from the library website with direct tagging. So if they are looking at the head, eyes and ears system, once they click on the link, it directly tags to the specific system, so they need not scroll through the whole website just to find that resource. For the respiratory system, the chest x-rays were also curated, so the students could actually look and mouse over to look at the specific areas of an x-ray for the system of the lung. And another example, for the heart system, the student could press the play button and they could actually listen to a normal heart sound. Yep, so these are just examples of curated materials. Just looking at how does this module leads to the curated material. So under lecture, it's divided according to the body systems, so the 6 systems. So if I click on head, neck and eye, you notice that it's divided into a variety of resources that the students could use. The little captions over there could actually, the student could select and decide whether this is a resource that would be helpful to them or not. And for the video, they could click on it. That would bring them to the direct curated material with direct tagging on the library website. Similarly, for the other body systems, all could be accessed through lecture notes under this main page. Secondly, for the collaboration on this platform, for discussion forums, the student could actually go within the thread and they could discuss ideas on the body system, and they could share their findings on this discussion thread. You do not see any at this current moment because this is a sample platform. And other document sharing, again, there are various wikis that's open, so the student could go in that body system and share their documentation for that body system. So it's a collaborative, they can choose to use this online collaborative platform. Okay, thank you very much. I think that's the end of my sharing.